Hip hop.
Well, my name is Chienjo. I'm a dancer, a dance choreographer. I'll be hosting the 4th edition of the Nairobi Performance Series.
Good evening, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry.
Good evening, guys. Oh, guys and ladies.
Hi, guys. Ladies and gentlemen.
My name is Checkmate Mido.
My name is Jinku.
My name is Adam, and you can shoot questions.
The inspiration for the piece came from my observation of Nairobi and the stories around Nairobi about the people. Like, I realized, like, when you go to Kampala, for example, somebody from Nairobi can be identified like that. You know, when you step into Nakuru, they just tell you, well, you're from Nairobi, you know, even in Mombasa. So it's just like, what's this that's so loud? What's the expression that comes out that's so prominent, you know, that people just look at you and they just see this label. First of all, with Adam, we just met, like, I think the first time we met was late last year. We were just mutual fans of each other's work. And this guy we just met, it's a really good story. Actually, in a different rehearsal, we were rehearsing at the Creatives Garage, and then there was no reason for us to meet. But we were just on a different rehearsal, and then he was up in studio, and then the lady who was singing the choruses for the songs just sort of caught his attention. And we just happened to meet through that engagement, through that exchange. And I think where this piece like really, really took shape was when we were doing the East African Soul Train. It was really an amazing experience, a train from Nairobi to the coast. You know, it just made sense during the train just to sort of bring them up together, because we also heard about the call for applications for the Goethe-Institut.
I wanted to know, during your preparation process, I'm assuming you did some research. What would you say is the perception of Kenyans towards people with disability, the poor living in the street, who we just walk by every day without giving them a second thought?
Kenyans, I think for me it's a tall order. I wouldn't speak for Kenyans in terms of the way they view people with disability. I think we are all disabled in one way or the other, all of us. It's just that people who have physical disability or mental disability have it more prominent, that you can see it, you know, and it's visible, maybe the leg or the Yeah, but for me, if you have business with somebody who has disability, then he's just another person. You deal, if it's artistic business, you deal artistic business. If it's any other kind of business, buy, sell, you know, if it's spiritual, whatever business, if you have with somebody, for me, I think just meeting them at the same level. I don't even like saying them because, you know, it's like we and them. For me, it's not about we and them.
And no more news of food prices shooting up like bang, bang, bang. Stairs are warming, da 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 da. For me, I just speak from observation. I mean, it's just, you know, there's like so much that goes on in Nairobi, you know, and people sometimes rarely have the time, and it's a mean way to put it, but sometimes people rarely have the time to actually connect with these people, you know, and find out what's the case. Like, I mean, like the comic book which we used over there is just something that was inspired by a piece where I just walk through, and it was one evening in Nairobi, and everybody in Nairobi is going home, everybody's stuck in traffic, all the matatus are going here and there, but you don't realize that beneath the highways, beneath the highways and the sewer lines, there are people who started a whole little campfire down there, and they leave down there. For me, that's just like my observation of just, it's just a whole other world, you know, and when I get the privilege to connect to people with disabilities, I just engage them as normal people, because it really doesn't, what counts is what's on the inside.
Everybody is focused on the objective, get to work, get home. And actually, during the times like when I've been through town, I have actually been guilty of just being like one-minded, like people who I even know come and look at me, they're like, hey dude, man, like you're just so focused on your objective, you couldn't even tell I was waving at you from across the street. And from my observation, we are very, I wouldn't say selfish, but we are like in our own bubbles. My observation is Nairobians are quite narrow in terms of thinking of anything other than themselves. Yeah, thank you.
Na mimi ni mnyama nikiwa chini, nikiwa juu mimi ni Mungu, naweza kuonyesha mbingu inakaa vipi. Nikitoka raba miguu yangu ni envy ya kila athlete na champions mpaka wale wa LD. Ukiangalia tumbo sio kila kitu ni healthy. Too much smoke in the air, kifua inalia save me. Lakini kitu moja na promise, ukibet hautakosea. Ukinipita kwa uzuri au kwa ubaya bila kunigotea, na ufike kule mbele na kila atakaye kuona kikuonea, rudi kwangu na kwa mkono zinafahamu uchungu nitakupokea. Karibu Nairobi.